welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora, and wow, the last time I reviewed something of this quality, it was all the way back on my 73rd episode with Haunted House. And that's just reminded me I actually forgot to do my 5-year anniversary video. So, happy birthday, 5 years. This is 2008's Dead Country.
So this movie starts with some people in a living room playing Galaga 64. Oh, wait, this is supposed to be a spaceship.
I'm not gonna bloody die like this. We'll have to transport Trin, it's our only chance.
Raise the rear deflectors, bloody oath! Throw some more thrusters at full power on the Barbie! Man, I knew there were complaints about the new Solo movie, but I didn't think it would look this bad. After the polygon is destroyed, we cut to the ground below, and hey, look, this movie takes place during Christmas. I always thought Santa Claus Conquers the Martians needed a remake.
Okay, Mr. Director, what do you want for your zombie virus establishing shot? Shut up! We're on a time limit here! No, don't film the zombies coming out of the ground, that takes way too much time. Just film them wandering around randomly for no reason. What else can we film? Dolls? Yeah, dolls are scary. Here, film that!
In case you missed that, the alien spaceship that was shot down released some kind of poison, which is now infecting the little town below.
Greetings, I'm William Butler.
And I'm a cow.
Here we have a small rural town in outback Australia. The people living here have absolutely no idea that in a few hours most of them will be goners, with others transformed into flesh-eating freaks of the undead.
Whoa! Spoilers!
That's weird. This town is called Romero. Why would this movie make a reference to a Cuban UFC fighter? That seems a bit out of place. Meanwhile, on one of the better episodes of Star Trek Discovery, the alien who is piloting the ship beams down to Earth. Did I say alien? I meant the movie's director, stumbling out of the ditch he passed out in last night.
Well, fuck me, I've jumped for 12 hours. Must have had something to do with the quantum sequencing pulse.
Hey, Mick the sound editor's still passed out down here, but it's alright, I'll just record my lines on this busted walkie-talkie I found in the trash. Okay, so the writing and the production value have been pretty bad so far, but maybe we'll get some satisfying gore to balance it all out.
So, zombie bites turn people into the Crow?
Man, the scathing reviews for the third movie must have really hit the creeper hard if he agreed to cameo in this shit. Okay, is there supposed to be some kind of, I don't know, plot happening? Because we've just been jumping from one scene to another with no correlation so far. We don't even have a lead character yet. Unless Critters 5 over here is supposed to be the hero.
The houses of the departed. How bloody morbid.
Settle down there, bruh. Not even Jeffrey Rush could class up this turd.
Then again, maybe director Andrew is just warming himself up for the big leagues. After all, following this movie and its thought-provokingly titled sequel, he hit it big, scoring 4 years of work on Doctor Who. Although I've never heard of online adventures before, let's have a look at the trailer. Anyway, let's ignore the batshit levels of nonsensical cutting for a second, because now we're getting into more typical horror movie territory, with teenagers and sex. Or just sort of dry humping with pants on, because no one's getting paid enough to go full nude in this movie. I'm guessing Andy spent 80% of this movie's $1 million budget on just buying more toys for himself. $1 million.
You're right, Dead Country. I mean, who gives a shit about setting up the correct tone for a horror movie? You, homeless person, play this guitar. I don't give a shit what it sounds like.
God, I mentioned the sound quality again. Now I have to be reminded of Andy's horrible dubbing, which now I have to listen to right alongside his inner monologue.
Is anyone around?
Somebody answer.
No? Hello?
Anybody, damn it! This is all turning into a very bad nightmare, and I want to wake up now.
Why am I panting in my thoughts?
I've heard that the crude forms of technology the Earthlings use can make your brain dead, but this is ridiculous. Attack of the iPods? I think not.
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, please don't try to have an action sequence. John Barrowman starts to wander the countryside, showing off all the beautiful Australian sights like this dead bush, this spiderweb, some cows, and whatever else they can find to film randomly to pad out this barely over an hour long shit show. That is until he spots some bloody cloves in a creek. Easy. Whoop! Careful there, slugger. Then random woman feeling up statue, then pulls out her tits for no reason, only to be attacked then by this derpy face.
Birds!
And then a woman having a bath with her dog, who has a 5-minute arc about how she may be cheating on her husband with the gardener.
Oh, fuck! You scared the life out of me, lass.
You're from Michigan. Fuck off with that accent.
I must say, I expected better out of a cameo appearance from the director of, well, he did some Tales from the Crypt episodes, so that's pretty cool. Jesus Christ, we're almost halfway through this thing and fucking Amityville Playhouse had more direction. Can this movie please just have a plot? Hey Andy, you remember that scene from Brain Dead where the priest beat up all the zombies? Let's do that, only throw in a bunch of Street Fighter sound effects. And people say Australia is one of the most racist countries in the world. I can't understand why. Word of the outbreak finally reaches the government, and here we have the Minister of Defence, played by late cult cinema director and producer Ted V. Mikels, who's here to just exposition dump what little of that there is.
Yes, Prime Minister. Seems as we have another outbreak like those in the 60s.
Cute. He tells the Prime Minister that he sent a squad of his best down there to deal with the zombies, and there's one of them now. Oh, he's coming. Any second now. So, viewers, how are you guys doing today? Good? Yeah, I'm good too.
Why?
Suburban Commando finally realizes that this virus was all caused by his ship exploding. And if you think this is finally going to lead into him or anybody else actually doing something in this movie, here's another random scene of another woman we've never seen before, nor will be again, debating whether or not to pick up her ringing telephone. 3 fucking times. Because he hasn't spent quite enough of this movie just aimlessly walking around, Boba Fett decides to explore this house, which is quickly being surrounded by zombies, causing him to suddenly start losing his mind.
Wow. I mean, all throughout this movie, he's been treating this whole zombie thing like it's a joke, throwing wisecracks and everything, but now that he's finally reached a dead end, and he's forced to face his own mortality, it's really hit him hard. Or, this movie's an inconsistent piece of shit and they're just making stuff up as they go along.
We're then told via subtitle that the military is airbombing the town by literally dropping JPEGs on everything, and we then cut to the next morning. We're sure there may not be any visual signs of this supposed bombing, but the music editor sure got hit by something. This is the sort of sound you get by dunking your Windows 98 in a swimming pool while trying to connect to dial-up.
I'm here outside the town of Romero. As you can see behind me, the army have now quarantined the area.
Wow, actual Channel 9 newsreader Vanessa O'Hanlon. The one person in the movie who shouldn't look like they're reading directly from a script.
And so this crime against film finally comes to an end with this arsehole being gunned down by the cops who think he's a zombie. Wow, it's just like Night of the Living Dead. It's a masterpiece after all.
But wait, Fedora, wasn't the whole reason you spotlighted this movie because Alex Vincent was supposed to be in it? Why yes, little Timmy, and here he is! Alongside Nightmare 4 and 5's Lisa Wilcox, answering questions about what they would do in a zombie apocalypse.
I'd get all the ammunition I could get to the roof of my building, drop bombs on their fucking ass. They'd have no chance.
Really? You credit them as starring in your movie because you filmed them randomly at a con? Hey, this is Robert Englund's autograph. I got him to sign this hat a few years ago when he was at Comic-Con. And now that I've shown you this signature, I'm going to credit him as if he starred in this review, even though he has no idea he was ever in it. Fuck off with that bullshit. And that was Dead Country.
This was a brand new kind of low for me. Never have I seen a movie so disjointed and lacking any kind of plot or slightest sense of direction or tone. The acting was illegally atrocious, the camera quality changed from bad to unviewable between shots, the audio and music was even more sporadic, the zombies consisted of masks that a 5-year-old made in art class, or face paint done by someone trying to look like Gene Simmons but giving up halfway through. This was a truly painful experience to sit through, and an affront to me as an Australian that my countrymen and women put this festering turd out into the world.
And that's all from me tonight, so I'm Fedora, this is Oh the Horror, 5 years, yay, save a screen for me and I'll time you next C.